Hey, this is Timmara signing on with Spellbreak. Okay, so we have another Battle Royale game, but it's pretty cool. Okay, so this is Spellbreak. Made, developed, and published by, if I got this right, Proletariat Inc. I should have looked up what else they are known for, if anything. But I'm just trying to kind of like jump in right now. Okay, so Spellbreak. This is a basically like mage spellcaster battle royale game that's been up and coming here for a couple of years now. Released a couple of days ago, September 3rd. Yeah, this is a battle royale game where you play as wizards and mages and you just shoot magic at each other for a while until you survive. Usual battle royale trappings, but with a very fun Avatar-esque skin. Speaking of skins, I did not see what the new stuff was tonight. Not that I have the gold for it, but, you know, it's nice to see. Okay, anyway, so yeah. I remember seeing this, like, well, okay, before I get into, like, my history with it, because I have, like, a tiny one, but, well, can't even really say it's a history, it's just, like, I've seen this before, and then I realized, like, oh, hey, Spellbreak, that's... oh yeah, I remember seeing an ad for that way back when, and then I realized like, oh, it's free to play. Oh my god, let's check this out. So I've been playing it a bit. You can see, not much. I've got the PS Plus skin, because I still have that. I've messed around with almost every, element we can start off, or every class so far, for a decent amount of time, but, you know, getting started. But basically what I was going to show off first is that I've been playing a couple of matches, and, where is it, Toxicologist will show you I've got 2 wins, and so I figured why not start off my little, you know, playing around with Spellbreak by showing you, and I got them saved on my PS4 share, and I'll just go over some matches I had, do a little commentary like I've done for a couple of things I've done, and yeah, might as well just start with that just to hash out my thoughts. Okay, so we're beginning a match. Now, this was my very first proper match. Because I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing, I ended up playing through the tutorial twice. So, you know, that wasn't smart of me, but this was my first proper match. And so what you can do, and I like this, is, you know, the dropping mechanic, as it were, but you get to choose where you begin at. You choose a portal around a set area, and then you just, you know, superhero land, and wherever you go. And this was my first match, and I go, okay, I'm looking at the map, I'm looking for a portal, I'm looking at these blue things, those are probably important, and so my plan was, like, let's go find out what these are, and let's go as far away as possible from other people. So yeah, and I like that. I like the Battle Royale games where you can, you know, just smash onto the ground and then you're in. So, yeah, I started with the Toxicologist because it was actually, like, daily mission was to, like, deal damage using the acid damage. And there's 6 major elements, you know, toxic, fire, lightning, ice, wind, and earth. And so, basically what this is this is a legendary chest. It has got its legendary items in it, and it takes a while to kick in. But since I was far enough away from other people, you know, it was a good opening gambit. And that's kind of my strategy, and I get an upgraded Toxic Gauntlets, and I have more damage output. Yeah, and it took me a while to, like, figure out, like, okay, here's what I'm doing. So, got stronger. Again, this is just going to be commentary for a little while on 2 games, because, again, this is my first match of this, and I won. Now, I don't know necessarily if this game has, like, you know, skill-based matchmaking, or, you know, your first matches with bots just to get you invested or something. I don't care. I won a match, and I'll freaking take it. Because even if that is true on the first match, my second match, okay. But anyways, so yeah, mainly it's going around and, you know, start collecting stuff. And, yeah, what did I get out of that? Legendary Featherfall Rune, which took me a while to figure out what abilities actually did. You got a limited inventory, so you can pick up potions or magic shields, so, like, you know, that's your armor and health. Get different types of gloves, open up chests, just finding stuff. And just trying to figure out, like, okay, what am I doing, because this is my first match, and I gotta figure out what I'm actually about. So yeah, acid and earth, and then I messed up. So yeah, again, a lot of this was me getting to grips, which is like, okay, how does this actually work? And, you know, it's not, well, it's a little complicated. Just like, it takes a few tries to figure it out, because it's got a decent tutorial, but it's maybe a bit like too long and repetitive. But yeah, it's just trying to figure out like, okay, what can I actually do? And then I figure out that's what the Featherfall rune could do, is just make you launch straight up and give you like a little gentle float. And I also like this mechanic, is when you enter like a new storm circle, as it were, you gain a new ability. Like, okay, your basic attack damage is stronger, or this is happening, or, you know, you get this passive buff. It's really nice. It just makes you, there is kind of like a reward to like being in a good position like immediately, where, you know, you land in a spot and you're already in the circle, you gain a buff right then and there, and that's kind of cool. You got scrolls that help give you you got passive abilities that can be modified with those scrolls. What was it? Body, mind. I don't know all the terminology, it's slipping my mind. Yeah, you got your gear, you know, ranging from like common to legendary. And I got like this nice got a acid and ice combination. That's another cool thing, is how you can meld elements together. Like if you use a certain thing, like if you use toxic and fire, if you make like a cloud and then hit it with a fireball, it explodes. Or with ice, it freezes, and I honestly have no idea what that actually does, if there's like another purpose to that, but it's interesting combinations. Or like you can use ice to like make a trail for yourself to glide across, and if you hit that with fire, it turns into water. But then if you can hit that with lightning, which you probably can't do, but if the situation arises, then you can deal extra lightning damage because of the water on the ground. So, pretty cool stuff. It takes some experimenting. It's getting used to. So yeah, I'm just looking around trying to figure out, like, what am I doing? I suppose, how long? We'll keep going. I'm just looking at the time to see how much I can ramble on before it gets annoying. It's probably annoying now, but I'm still doing it. But yeah, like your you know, your famous Battle Royale types, you got, you know, as you land onto the battlefield, which is like very fantasy themed, with like lots of ruined castles and towers, and depending on where you're at, like wastelands. Yeah, here I was trying to figure out there was a combination for earth and toxic, but wasn't working out. That's when I figured out the ice was a sniper, and that's actually pretty useful. What was it? Frostborn is the class. Ice, for me, is a good secondary, not a good primary. If it's the first thing I have equipped, it does not work out well for me. So, yeah, if I happen to find ice as a second-hand thing, that's really useful. You collect different pieces of equipment, like armor, boots, and satchels and such, which will increase your mana so you can attack and float more. Boots increase your overall movement speed. And then the other thing, which does another thing for you. Oh, just like, you know, your armor, which gives you a higher, you know, armor total. Yeah, belts. Okay. So yeah, mainly I was not paying attention. I was just sort of like, this is me messing around, trying to figure out the mechanics, and just seeing where I end up because of it. So I was just sort of like jumping around, looking for people, just like going through chests, just trying to figure out like, what can I gain from this? Yeah, I don't honestly have no idea what that actually does. I should probably look this stuff up. But it's just frozen there. Maybe I'll fast forward a little bit. Again, this is just me rambling. I keep finding new and more powerful stuff. More scrolls. I've actually got pretty good luck with scrolls. There's abilities you can take to increase your chances of finding scrolls, but I don't really need that. I'm pretty... So yeah, and if you have already better equipment, if you have like a lower tier item, like a gauntlet or a, you know, piece of armor, it'll automatically, or, you know, you just auto-equip the next better piece if you press over it. So not automatic, but you get the point. Then you got a little ping mechanic. This does have multiplayer and squads, but, you know, I haven't messed with that yet. But yeah, cool stuff, and I love that no fall damage just because you're magic. It's sweet. This is a very, people have described it as like a very fun, like, Avatar, The Last Airbender game, and it kind of is. It does make you feel like, I am the master of the elements, and you just blast your way and fly through the sky. One of my favorite items is actually like the flight runes, and you can actually fly and just like rocket across the map. It's really cool. Again, I'm just commentating over some of my first 2 matches, because I won both of them, I swear, and haven't had as much luck since. But this is just me talking about, like, my process and just explaining the game in poor detail. Now, at this point, yeah, I was not paying attention. As I'm looking over at the thing, there's 6 people left, including me, and I'm just, like, not focusing on that. Again, for me, I was, like, figuring out the mechanics. I'm just like, okay, flying around, someone's gonna get me, I'm not gonna survive, so I might as well just, like, play around and see how this works. Yeah, then I hear that, hear some noises, and there's a guy doing magic down there. Alright, my first opponent. And I forgot how good of a shot that was. And yeah, there we go. My first kill. I'm just looking over. Yeah, pick up some wind gauntlet, because that's cool. Messing around. And I didn't notice, you know. And again, at this point, I was not paying attention to, like, what was actually going on. I'm just like, oh, there's a guy, let's fight him. Hit him with toxic. Keep throwing wind. Cha-cha-cha. And then I realized I won. Like, I was actually, like, caught off guard. I was flabbergasted. Like, what? That's it? I won? I was so caught off guard. It was kind of like, oh my god, this actually happened. So, you know, that's certainly a good, feel-good beginning to playing a Battle Royale game. Which, again, I don't know if maybe these were actually bots, because admittedly, looking back at them, they played a little dumb. But then again, this was also, like, my first match. Maybe I was just playing with first-level players. I have no idea. But nevertheless, feels good, man. Okay, my second match, and it's just already diving in. Same strategy. Is I was just like, let's find, or was it? Okay. Trying to remember the map, but okay. So yeah, this was my second match, and still using Toxicologist, just because I was still trying to beat the, still do the mission. Did I pass up? No, I had an amulet. And yeah, then I realized, like, oh, great, I am way far away. So just trying to get equipment and just, like, running. Trying to figure out what I wanted. But yeah, so my second match, I got the wolf, what is it? Wolf's Blood rune, which can help you see if people are nearby. Which is very useful, but it's one I don't use. Teleportation rune, right. Was this the match Teleportation rune is fun, because it can well, not short distance, but can pretty far distance teleport you. You know, just, like, get you out of the way. Yeah, this was me not paying attention. I was trying to pick up new items and figure out, like, what do I want to do? How do I... That first match was great, but there's no way I could have that kind of luck again. Anyways, since I'm rambling and just messing around with teleportation, it takes a while to recharge. That's kind of the thing with the runes, is that the higher, at least from what I've noticed, there doesn't seem to be much difference in ability when you use runes of the same type. It's all about the cooldown time. So, you know, that's like, what is that, a rare? No. yeah, we'll say you had, like, what was it, a dash rune or something, and, like, the common takes, like, you do, like, a short speed jump forward, and that's, like, what was it, 10, 12 seconds on common, but, like, 3 seconds on legendary. It's all about, like, and they don't seem like they do much different in terms of ability, at least from what I can tell, but they do have a nice, like, tutorial map where it just shows you can just mess around with all that stuff. And from what I could tell, there was no difference between, you know, a legendary and common rune in ability, but it was about cooldown time. And yeah, I found, like, okay, cool, legendary chest. Gotta take some time, just gotta wait. No one's around, so it should be all good. Hop over there while I'm waiting for that. So yeah, we all cool. Oh, there's a guy. Yeah, I wasn't quite paying attention. Yeah, I have no idea what to do about that. Can you trap someone in that? Is that how it works? I have no idea. And yeah, this is me forgetting, like, oh yeah, I take damage from my own magic, so you gotta watch your placement. Like, and I figured if I can just, like, scoot down and start applying healing items, maybe I can get the drop on him. And you gotta be careful, so, like, say you throw down, like, a wall of fire as a mage, or, you know, drop a lightning bolt on the ground. If you're not out of the way, you will get killed by or damaged or possibly killed by your own magic. And I think it's one of the usually it's one of the abilities, where you become resistant to, the weapon type, or, you know, your weapon damage, or certain spell damage. But, if what I understand is true, right, you know, that can apply to other people, too. Because I've had it where, what was it? Yeah, I was playing as the, whatever class starts with the lightning bolt, but the electricity. Yeah, and then this is when I realized, like, oh crap, that guy kept me fighting for so long, I've got to get out of here. So as the storm just closes in, I didn't think I was going to make this one. But yeah, I was using, you know, the lightning class rather recently, and I was trying to figure out, like, okay, what can I do? I tried dropping a lightning bolt on a guy when he was unknowing that I was there. It's like, oh, this is perfect. I got him. And I dropped the lightning bolt on him, and he was immune to it. And I'm like, oh, well, shoot. So yeah, all health damage, but just barely immune to your toxic cloud. At least I think it applies to other people. I don't know. I've had in some cases where it's just like you try using certain magic on them and it doesn't work. So, you know, in my experience, anyways, maybe I misunderstood the situation. But nevertheless. So yeah, low health but high armor, and it's just like, there's a guy, he's down. And just trying to, like, take stock of, like, okay, what happened? So now I was on a killing spree on this match. This was, you know, if last time I thought I got off real easy, this kind of proved just like, okay, I can hold my own, at least until I kept playing, and then it's just like, I can barely get into top 10 if I'm lucky. Normally somebody else lands next to, like, the epic or legendary chest that I wanted to land at, and then they surprise attack me after I land. You know, just trying to take stock, trying to get items. And there's still, you know, 15 people on the map. I'm just trying to figure out, like, okay, when do I want to get going? Because I gotta hurry up. Anyway, so while I'm running, yeah, Spellbreak. So I remember, ow, I just bit my tongue, damn it. I remember seeing my friend play this, like, what was that? I think that was early 2019, maybe? Okay, because this has been in the works for quite a while. I guess, according to this list I'm seeing now, on PC, I'm playing this on PS4, by the way, I guess it was in like pre-alpha and like mid 2018, and then like yeah, it's been kind of like going through its like pre-alpha, early 28 or mid 2018, or closed alpha in early to late 2019, closed beta to too early. No, yeah, closed beta 1 in late 2019, closed beta in early 2020, and now is released September 3rd, 2020. And I remember seeing my friend, I think it was when he was the closed beta, maybe, but, you know, he showed me, it's like, oh, dude, check out this cool magic-based Battle Royale game. And he showed me a couple of rounds, and it was really cool. As he was like, he knew more at the time than I did. He's just like, oh, check out how I can mix magics, and he was playing really good. And I think I tried a match, but it was like keyboard and mouse I'm not good with, so it's like, oh, I did effectively nothing. Well, it seems interesting, and that's kind of like the last I thought about it. And then, yeah, I was just going through, it was just like, is there anything new that's been out recently that I just might have missed, something like to keep my mind on? And then it's just like, oh, hey, I remember Spellbreak. I kept seeing Spellbreak pop up, like, in beta forms on PS4 and such, or, you know, something. But it was always just sort of like, Founders Edition, 40, or, you know, 60 bucks, or whatever. They still have it up. It's like a $100-something edition. It's just like, why? I mean, I get it, but Jesus. There's another guy. Fight, fight, fight. And yeah, if you mix a toxic cloud and explode it with fire, awesome. So it's just like, oh, that worked out pretty well. Another guy down. And the fire lingers. Grab the legendary amulet. Okay, there we go. I actually did it. So yeah, you know, I've gotten 3 eliminations so far, and there's still 9 people around, including me, so pretty good. So yeah, I've been, like, not keeping an eye would be too generous for me to say, but, like, I've noticed it every now and then. It's like, oh yeah, Spellbreak. It's like, okay, that's getting, you know, it's like, okay, that's still around, but what can it do in the Battle Royale climate where it's kind of like Fortnite or bust, honestly? Well, you know, that's being a little harsh, because there are some that, like, come up and, like, okay, this does well for a while, and then it kind of disappears. But Spellbreak is doing good from what I understand. Yeah, now I got 2 legendary gauntlets, and does that power feel good? So, yeah, and then I just sort of like, oh, let's give this a try. It's free, and I had to make a quick account, but that was like nothing. So, you know, then I started playing, and again, these are my first 2 matches, and this is what happened. It's not to brag, my skill goes downhill from here, but it's just like, it's surprising, and it was fun. Yeah, and here I was just messing around in settings, because it's just like, I want to crouch just in case. Now I got it on toggle. Perfect. Let's just see if I can get anything else from here. And you go, like, teleportation served me well, but the storm circles actually close up pretty quickly. Like, there isn't that many, and then when, like, the battle arena gets small, it gets small. I've had one match where it was, like, 10 people in, like, the final ring, as we're just battling it out, blasting magic everywhere. Everyone's stuck to the, you know, brimmed up on healing items, and it's just, like, holding each other off. And what screwed me is I had the fly rune, and I accidentally flew myself right out into the storm, which killed me nearly instantly. It just did so much damage too quickly for me to correct my course. Dealt damage to 3 different players. Cool. Didn't I do that already? Yeah, I saw somebody. Just trying to figure out, like, where it is this person. Hey, buddy. So yeah, I was trying to figure out, like, how do I rumble with this person? and just trying to use my items to, like, keep myself, you know, keep up the upkeep, just to be sure I was, like, top-notch and ready to fight. And trying to use the Feather Fall rune just to, like, jump out of the way and stay focused. And then just, like, you know, don't pursue. Like, go around, take a second to breathe, and figure out, like, get positioning right. Storm closing in. And yeah, again, there's not many storm circles. And that's kind of a good thing. It keeps the pace up. So yeah, trying to figure out, like, what to do, and that guy nearly killed me just like that. And then Storm, whoops. And, you know, we're down to the last 3 people as they're all coming in, showing up here. And I'm just trying to figure out, like, what do I do? But, you know, those 2 are duking it out, so they ignored me, giving me time. And yeah, on this last storm circle, it just, like, slowly closes in at all times. So, you know, pretty tight. I also like how you're consuming items, you actually do have, like, a little bit of movement, so that's nice. Not like Fortnite, where it's like, as soon as you, like, turn a little too fast, you stop doing what you're doing. And so the battle's on. I don't know. I exiled him. Actually, rewind real quick. How did that work? Honestly, I honestly don't know. Did he land on something I did? I don't know. I honestly don't know why I got that kill. So yeah, so it's just him and, you know, that person and me, and I'm trying to figure out, like, okay, he can... Okay, he's got the fly rune, I think. And I'm just trying to figure out, like, what can I do? Well, just keep barraging. Just keep throwing as many big stuff as I can. And there we go. Just like the right lineup of an attack. And it just like, that was the end. And it felt good getting a legit win out of just like a hell of a fight. So yeah, that was me rambling about my short-lived victories in Spellbreak, and from playing it, I also want to say, I like the art style, like this cool cel-shaded, it kind of looks like, the Dragon Prince. That's kind of another fitting, because it feels so much like an Avatar game, is that it kind of looks like, you know, the Dragon Prince from Netflix. It looks real good. Some of the locations can look a little mundane and not as good as, like, the character models, but it still looks nice, and there's some cool customization and other stuff. You got the usual, like, you know, backpacking, you know, effects and contours when you're falling or flying, emotes, all that stuff. So, yeah, the usual stuff, which isn't a bad thing, but it's just the usual stuff. So, yeah, I suppose that's where I'm gonna stop my rambling, because as far as I've played, this is really fun. And so those were just 2 of my victories that, you know, felt good to achieve. So, you know, at the very least, they're keeping me invested. At least, like, that taste is like, I gotta try to get those again. Maybe there's a chance I can still do this. Okay, so that's where we're gonna wrap up for right now, and next time we can, because I will be continuing to play this a little bit, and maybe next time, probably next time, I'll do some, like, actual live matches, and we'll see how that goes. So, until next time, thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed, like and subscribe and all that. This is Timmara, signing off.